Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Daniel Burdine, live at the CAL FIRE Information Center with the fire situation report for Monday, August 29th, 2016. Now, despite cooler temperatures over the weekend, it was still a very busy week and a very busy weekend for firefighters. In fact, across the state, there were 240 new wildfires that firefighters responded to, and 12 of those still remain active. I'm going to switch right over to our statewide fire map, where you can see here are a dozen large fires burning across California right now. We'll start first with the Willow Creek fire. That fire started this weekend on Sunday, just east of San Andreas off of Mountain Ranch Road. It did force some evacuations yesterday afternoon and yesterday evening. Now, the fire has burned 450 acres and is now 30% contained. All evacuations on the Willow fire were lifted last night. The fire was determined to be sparked by a vehicle, and it actually started several fires in that area. Again, this is the Willow fire that was burning just east of San Andreas. Another large fire that we responded to last week, this started on the 22nd, is the Tully fire. It started just north of, just in Humboldt County, and it is burning just off Highway 169. 599 acres have burned, and the fire is 55% contained. All evacuations on that fire have been lifted as well. Now let's go to the Grade fire. This has been burning down in up in Siskiyou County. This is just north of Wairika off of Highway 263. 710 acres have burned, 96% contained. This fire did destroy several homes and several outbuildings, forcing many on the northern edge of Wairika to be evacuated. All evacuations on the Grade fire have also been lifted. Switching down to Butte County, this is the Santos fire. It started just last Friday off of Highway 32 south of Forest Ranch in Butte County. Now, 89 acres have burned on this fire, and it is 70% contained. On this fire, evacuations too have been lifted. Switching now over to the Ray fire. Some video will show you of the Ray fire here. This has been burning north of Santa Barbara now for the past week or so. CAL FIRE is in unified command with the U.S. Forest Service on the Los Padres National Forest, as well as the Santa Barbara County Fire Department. Now, the Ray fire has burned just over 33,000 acres, and it is 68% contained. Now, crews are making very good progress on this fire. In fact, it is now 68% contained. All evacuations have been lifted. We'll zoom in here. I'll show you exactly where this fire burned. You can see the perimeter itself. We'll stop there. Maybe hard to see. Here is Santa Barbara. Here is Goleta. And this right here is that outer edge of the perimeter. This is the Ray fire, Santa Barbara, Goleta here. Again, 33,000 acres have burned. The fire primarily has been burning towards the east in this direction. This is where firefighters have continued to really work to slow down the spread of that fire, though this fire has not grown here in several days. Again, the Ray fire, 33,000 acres, 68% contained. Zooming now over into Kern County. We have several fires burning in Kern County. The first one is the Cedar fire, burning just north of Lake Isabella. Here's Lake Isabella itself. You can see this fire actually now burning both in Kern County as well as parts of Tulare County. Now, the Chimney fire has burned the Cedar fire has burned just over 29,000 acres. In fact, 29,206 acres. It is 45% contained. This fire is in unified command with the U.S. Forest Service as well as Kern County Fire Department. Linda asked an update on this fire. Again, it is just over 29,000 acres. Crews have it 45% contained. This fire is burning on the Sequoia National Forest, and CAL FIRE has been assisting the U.S. Forest Service and Kern County with this fire, but crews have been making some very good progress on this fire. Now, we'll zoom back out of the Cedar fire and we'll head over to San Luis Obispo County. That's where we find the Chimney fire. Fire's been burning now for several days in San Luis Obispo County, just south of Lake Nacimiento. The fire is actually burned right at the edge of San Luis Obispo County and Monterey County. Here's Lake Nacimiento. Here is the border between Monterey and San Luis. Primarily, this fire has burned in San Luis Obispo County. Now, the fire is at 45,840 acres. It is 61% contained. Hearst Castle, right over here, was threatened by the fire, but as of today, the park has reopened to visitors, so there is no longer a threat to Hearst Castle at this point. The other good news on this fire is evacuations on the chimney fire. All evacuations have been lifted effective tonight at 5 p.m. Now, those are for the residents that were still evacuated, primarily in the Monterey County side. Byron is one of those areas that was still evacuated by the chimney fire. So again, 45,844 acres, 61% contained. This is obviously a video from last week. At this point, crews have really been able to hold back the fire's spread and definitely its intensity. Another fire that we've been talking about now for several days is the Soberanes fire. Soberanes fire has been burning near the Big Sur area. It's now being run by the U.S. Forest Service. CAL FIRE is no longer in unified command, as the fire is primarily burning on the Los Padres National Forest. Now, according to the Forest Service, 92,314 acres have burned. It is 60% contained. Now, there were some additional evacuations in the Big Sur area for a very small stretch just south of Big Sur. But for more information, always you can visit for federal fires the U.S. Forest Service's webpage, insoweb.gov. And this, again, the Soberanes fire still holding at 60% contained. Another fire that was just contained this morning is the Range Fire. This burned just to the east of Arvin and near the Bear Valley Springs. That's a community that was threatened by this fire. 518 acres were burned, but again, this fire is 100% contained. A couple other fires. We'll switch back over to our map and show you where they are. These are some of the federal fires that CAL FIRE is assisting with that are also burning in California. First is the Havela fire that's been burning down in Kern County, down here, right here. This is south of Lake Isabel, south of the Cedar Fire. That fire, according to the U.S. Forest Service and BLM, has burned 304 acres. It is 80% contained. Now, Barbara asked, what are the causes of these fires? A wide variety. The Soberanes was started by an illegal campfire. The Willow Fire up in Calaveras County was caused by a vehicle. So it really, there's a lot of different causes. In fact, we'll talk about some of those causes in just a little bit. Another fire that's been burning now for the past week is the Tule Fire. This has been burning on the Sequoia National Forest. It is 395 acres, 90% contained. Another big fire that is really definitely very active right now up in Siskiyou County. This is where we find the Gap Fire. It's been burning just outside, just to the outside of Yreka itself. In fact, this is burning west of Yreka. Now, that community is not threatened, but this is off of Highway 96, and 5,000 acres have burned, according to the Klamath National Forest. Now, CAL FIRE is assisting. Now, I want to give you some perspective. Here is Yreka right here. This fire right here, this is the fire that was burning the Grade Fire earlier in the week, right north of Yreka. So you can see, as you travel to the west along Highway 96, this is where the Gap Fire is burning. It is a very large fire. There are structures that are threatened. Again, the Klamath National Forest, you can get information on InsoWeb for that for more information. Now, somebody asked when the Willow Fire will be contained. The Willow Fire in Calaveras County, while it is 30% contained, crews are making very good progress on it. But at this point, not sure exactly when full containment will be made. So I want to switch over to some weather a little bit here, talk about what to expect. This past weekend, we've seen relatively mild temperatures. In fact, it's been nice, kind of transitioning into, getting ready to transition into fall. In Northern California, we're going to continue to see average temperatures, even maybe some cooler temperatures later in the week. But in Southern California, that's when we're going to start to really see a warming trend. In fact, we're going to go up at least 5 to 10 degrees each day this week. So it's quickly going to warm up. This is today's weather, 81 degrees in Tahoe, 95 in Fresno, 77 in Los Angeles. If we skip ahead to the week, you can still see it's still relatively cooler. It's not going to be a hot week. 92 in Redding by the end of the week, 93 in Fresno by the 31st. So midweek, it's going to be a little bit warmer. You can see some triple digits in the desert areas of California. But again, temperatures are just not going to be as extreme as they were earlier in the month. but we still are seeing some high fire danger, and that's because of a combination of the wind. Here is the wind gust. You can see, especially along the crest of the Eastern and the Cascades, a lot of wind down in parts of the Central Coast as well. And it's the Central Coast why we're seeing a red flag warning that the Weather Service has issued for high fire danger. In fact, here is California. You can see down here, this is the Santa Barbara area. This is where we find a red flag warning that's been in effect issued this afternoon through Wednesday for Santa Barbara County itself. Again, this is for a combination of winds and low humidity. Right here along the coast, you can see Highway 101 here. Very similar area where the Ray fire is burning. So a red flag warning is in effect right now, starting this afternoon, I should say, through Wednesday in Santa Barbara County. Now, if we zoom back out and scroll back up to Northern California, that's where we find another red flag warning that's been issued for Modoc County. We'll zoom in here. This is Modoc County. A red flag warning is issued starting at noon today, so starting now to 9 p.m. tonight. This is in a combination, again, strong winds and low humidity. Now, a fire weather watch has also been issued along the Highway 395 area of Modoc and Lassen counties for tomorrow afternoon for potential wind. So again, we could see a lot of wind here on the northeastern portion of California along Highway 395. That is going to increase our fire risk even higher. So you really got to make sure you're taking extra precaution outdoors. Now, Ryan asked, what's the status of the Evergreen fire? There is a 40-acre fire down in Lake Elsinore that has been burning since yesterday. That fire is now 70% contained at 40 acres. So thank you for that question, Ryan. The question earlier about what causes fires. I mentioned the illegal campfire that started the Sobranas fire, the vehicle that started the Willow fire in Calaveras County. There's a lot of different reasons why fires spark, and that's why it's so important that people take the right steps to ensure that they are taking precaution to prevent sparking a fire. Whether it's vehicles, whether it's going camping, one less spark does mean one less wildfire. Some good information for you. If you are going to mow your lawn, if you are going to cut down dead grass, you want to do it early in the day, not when it's hot out. You see fires like this can easily spark from it. So it's very important that if you are going to be using powered equipment, do it early in the morning when it's still relatively cool out. Never after 10 a.m. and never when it's hot and windy. So use powered equipment early in the day. You should always have a cell phone handy. In case something does happen, a spark occurs, you can quickly call 911. But for more information on how you can help us prevent fires, make sure to visit our website at readyforwildfire.org. 95% of all wildfires are caused by the activity of people. That means almost every single wildfire is preventable. Learn more on how you can prevent a spark from occurring, because one less spark means one less wildfire. That's the update here on the fire situation here in California. I'm Daniel Berlant. Have a fire-safe day.